Legacy manufacturers have taken their time ironing out the next generation of vehicle platforms, but electrification is finally going mainstream. There's a lot of excitement about what's to come, but few offerings can touch the flurry of excitement surrounding this, the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5. This morning, we're going to hit the road and see what this electric crossover is all about. It's a clever formula, and the Ioniq 5 is in fact significantly larger than it looks. Thanks to the electric skateboard platform, Hyundai has been able to push the wheels far out to the extreme corners. This gives it the short overhang look of a compact car, but actually lets it grow significantly, a full 3 meters between the wheels. There's no interruption, either from wheel wells or from the center tunnel that usually disrupts legroom. Opening this Ioniq 5 Ultimate even further is this fantastic panoramic roof. And I'll admit, to some disappointment. It's very functional and very well put together. Hyundai and Kia have stepped their game up a lot in recent years, and it's very hard to find much of anything to complain about in those. Storage cubbies abound. You can slide the center console and the rear bench forward and back. The driver's seat offers nappers and excellent full reclinability with a leg support. If you want to read at the charger, you can go full lazy boy in here. But even with the panoramic roof, the acoustic double pane glass keeps the experience very quiet indeed. Speaking of comfort, Hyundai has tightened up a major problem with EVs when it comes to climate control. The Ioniq 5 enables solo drivers to direct climate control only to the driver, reducing load on the system and, ideally, battery consumption. That's no small consideration either. Hyundai claims some pretty good figures for the Ioniq 5 and that eGMP platform in general. But of course, especially in the cold, we're not seeing those. Through an even mix of city and highway driving here in the Ioniq, I've been averaging low 20s in kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. In this all-wheel drive 77 kilowatt hour model, that means that it should be good on a nice day for about 400 kilometers. Though in these winter temperatures, I've been seeing an estimate of around 350. And as it is, that ends up dropping a little faster than the odometer reflects. On the driver tech front, this is Hyundai, and that's a good thing. Hyundai's established itself as one of the strongest in the market, particularly in its highway driving assist. Adaptive cruise control keeps your speed in check and safe follow distances, accelerating and decelerating smoothly even in stop-and-go traffic. Better still, this Ultimate model benefits from Hyundai's celebrated lane departure view system. When you hit the signal, the gauge on that side is replaced by a camera feed that shows what's in your blind spot. It's very gracefully executed right down there in your peripheral vision, and it's a really big benefit for safety, although those rear pillars do prompt some double takes when shoulder checking. Infotainment is likewise strong, responsive, and nicely executed. The Ioniq 5 uses 2 screens of the same size, both 12.3 inches. They're clean and sharp and can be set to a night mode, which I personally enjoy 24 hours. Another benefit in this $60,000 Ultimate vehicle is the upgraded head-up display. Hyundai has brought the HUD a step forward in this, now introducing augmented reality. This system flashes useful guidance and feedback over your surroundings. The Ioniq lets you know that it sees the other cars around you by placing a little glowing pad beneath. It's a perspective trick that works really well and does inspire even more confidence. Further sharpening the experience, Hyundai has put paddles behind this steering wheel. It's not something that you expect, but they serve a very clever purpose, enabling drivers to step the regeneration up and down through 3 progressive levels, as well as one-pedal driving. When putzing around in traffic, it can be nice just to use those and let it decelerate harder for you. Regeneration, of course, is important for charging, but also important is the time that you're going to spend at the charging station. This is another point where this eGMP platform really pays off. The Ioniq 5 looks really spiffy, but a lot of this is sort of EV as usual today. For $47,000, because obviously you're going to want that heat pump in the Canadian winters, you get a fair bit of car for what is the average Canadian new vehicle sales price. That suite of excellent tech and assists, it's all here. Even if you don't go big on the Ultimate, you're not losing a ton. The big roof, premium audio, the 360 camera, and that lane departure view are really nice things to have, but this would be plenty of vehicle in that second trim. As an appliance, it does everything you're going to need it to do. Despite a hesitant first impression when I first climbed in, I've really grown to appreciate the Ioniq 5. A word of caution, however, this thing is still hot and fresh and backed by a mountain of hype. Again, a lot of which is circulating around its styling. Bear in mind that this vehicle shares its underpinnings with the Kia EV6, another vehicle which promises to be a very good appliance. Right now, while it's new and looks the future, man does it look futuristic, this thing is a hit rolling down city streets or in parking lots. I've been approached more in this than I have in any Porsche or really anything short of a DeLorean. That said, you buy your appliance to work, not just for the initial hype and excitement. This isn't to count against the Ioniq 5. It's just to bring a moment's pause. All considered, Hyundai has put a very strong foot forward on this initial offering of the Ioniq 5. As it stands, I have a hard time finding significant fault with the Ioniq 5. There are little things, like the absence of rear wiper, which makes it impossible to see out the back of in even rain, and as neat as this open concept center console is, it would be nice to have something enclosed that I could keep my Advil and my little Hot Wheels cars and whatever other nonsense in without it all just being there. All considered, Hyundai has put a very strong foot forward with this new Ioniq 5. Sharp, cleanly assembled, spacious, comfortable, quiet, it does it all. And slotting in at that magic rebate price point, it's going to be an attractive buy. I know for my part, I'm going to be a little disappointed to give this one back. For Driving.ca, I'm Elliot Alder. Be sure to check out the full review of the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5 on Driving.ca, and remember to check us out on Instagram and Twitter.